and welcome to our Twitter Spaces. We'll start here in a couple of minutes. I'm just setting up the hosts and getting our guests here. So sit tight for a couple of minutes and we'll be right back.
Hello.
Hello, Austin.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome. Great to have you here. I think we're all here. So Archie, why don't you kick us off and then we'll get started.
Yes, just let's wait a little bit.
Okay.
According, I suppose the more audience will be joining us very soon.
Sure.
Yeah, give us some time. We're not in a rush anyways.
Thank you. Well, Brandon and Austin, nice to have you here. Maybe let's just get started somehow and probably the other audience will be joining us very soon. And as you all know, today's topic is to discuss the current and the future development of the metaverse. Well, in the blockchain world, it's a huge thing. And as you guys know, the WonderDay is one of the most active NFT on Binance Smart Chain. We are actually also planning our metaverse right now. And well, we are actually very lucky to have you here, Austin. And you are the expert of metaverse. And let's talk about the metaverse with us. And well, Brandon, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, I am Brandon Fertig. I am in the U.S. I am the project lead for WonderDay, our NFT project here that I'm sure we're all familiar with being here. I've been in crypto for a number of years, worked with Definer, a DeFi platform that is also affiliated or at least familiar with WonderDay. And because of my work with them, I teamed up with Archie to work on WonderDay. And it is a wonderful day here. I'm in Minnesota. It's 7 a.m. here, a little early, but I love getting up early, so I'm happy to be here. I'm really happy to talk to Austin, obviously, the whole point of today's topic, to learn about Mateverse.
Well, great. Thank you very much, mate. Austin, tell us about yourself.
Hey, guys. My name is Austin. I'm currently in Asia at the moment, so it's 9 o'clock here. So really excited to be here talking to you guys about our plan for the Mateverse and how we can bring WonderDay Tiger and other IPs into an immersive world. And a little bit more about myself. I did my undergrad in Canada, and so there are a lot of video game companies there, and that's how my team built our background. Really is in AAA gaming, and that's why we really want to bring the cutting edge of the technology that we have in the gaming sector into Metaverse, into Web3, and that's really, we think, what's missing for the industry at the moment. Is we have this amazing technologies, and we have the advancement in IP and ownership with blockchain and Web3, but we are not combining them together. I'm really excited to be here to share about kind of our understanding and our vision and what we can build together for this industry in the future. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So now I will turn the stage over to Brandon and Austin, and I hope you guys have fun.
Thanks so much, Archie, and thanks everyone for being here. Austin, let's take it away. So you said that we have the technology, but not combining them. So why don't you introduce, with that in mind, introduce Mateverse to all our listeners, maybe keeping in mind how it combines these technologies.
Right. So basically what we're trying to build is a AAA level open metaverse. What does that mean, right? So imagine it like GTA Online meets Roblox. So you have the visual fidelity and the gameplay potential of a AAA game that you enjoy and love, but also the creative freedom that you have with Roblox. So you can define your own gameplay rules. You can make up your own game environment. You can actually check on my Twitter page. I just posted 2 screen recording that I did with our new parkour system that's probably going to be out sometime by end of the week. And so kind of the goal is to create something like from Ready Player One, you have the Oasis, where everyone can just create their own game or create their own environment and do things that they really, really want. That's not really limited to maybe something like gaming, but we can expand that into things like e-commerce. You can buy things, you can sell stuff on the metaverse, and you can also do leisure and social and just have a good time with your friends, and all in an environment that's really realistic and immersive. Kind of the whole thing is with the current advancement in technology, like I said, particularly with Unreal Engine 5 and real-time ray tracing, we finally have the ability to create super, super realistic environments without having to learn things like how do I do 3D modeling, do lighting resets, and do all kind of different material blends, because real-time ray tracing will cover all of that for you. And the only thing you need to do is, okay, I want to put this thing here, I want to put that thing here, and everything will be handled by the software. So everything just works. And that's kind of the whole thing that I said about technology. And the other thing I really want to bring up that's looking to the future is how AI-generated content is coming along the way. You have algorithm like Midjourney and Stability AI that bring out really, really great looking pictures. But imagine what will happen, let's say 5 years down the line, when AI gets good enough, they can actually generate 3D environments, right? So it's like, okay, I want to play a Japanese style Assassin's Creed. That's what the community wants for a long time, but Ubisoft isn't making it. But you can just talk to the AI and say, okay, I want this Japanese temple, and I want this gameplay to be like that. And you can now suddenly have a new game, and that's really, really exciting, right? So that's what we're building. I'm really looking forward to complete that and release that onto the market. Yeah.
Yeah, the ability for AI to generate content is going to be another, just a whole other realm of, well, Ubisoft might not like it, but, right, we'll be able to create whatever, even more, right, than what's possible right now. Whether it's a new sequel to a movie, like I want to create a Harry Potter movie, or I want to create a new sequel to a video game. So anyway, the ownership of these brands is going to change as well, I think. But anyway, that's another topic.
Absolutely.
So I'm on your Twitter right now, Austin Zheng, OX Austin Zheng, at OX Austin Zheng, and I'm looking at these parkour videos, and you have a silver, he looks like a mannequin, and he's running around doing parkour in this very beautiful world. How was this created? Was this AI, or how did you render this, these videos?
Yeah, so basically it's a gaming setup. We have this editor built on Unreal Engine 5 that allows anyone to basically drag and drop and create a whole new environment. So that temple that you see on my Twitter page is actually made by myself. That took about 30 minutes to build the entire thing from scratch.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. It's super simple. Like anyone can build it. If you can play with Legos, you can just do this. It's super simple. And
it was used. Did you say Unreal Engine 5?
Yeah, that's the game engine we're using.
Yep.
Yeah, so the silver mannequin is a placeholder avatar because we're testing out the parkour features, and right now it have some interference with our full-on virtual avatar system. So that's why we're using this mannequin that's basically the Unreal Engine default character. But we should be able to see something much cooler in the character space, say like by end of the week. Yeah. And so like the entire thing is completely built by myself for the temple setup. And the other is kind of preview for our metaverse city that everyone can hang out in. So the system we have is really two parts. So one part is a creation tool that's built on Unreal Engine 5, but extremely simplified. So you can build your own environment, open your own shop, and make your own mini games and an open world that everyone can log in and play content from professional creators like ourselves. And that's kind of our vision for the metaverse in the near future. But in the far future, like I said, we really want to bring in AI generated content to make creation as smooth as possible, because not everyone can build entire a full-on game, but most people have the imagination to build something really interesting, to build something like maybe like a story or a level or a shop. So that's what we are building for now.
Yeah, so I imagine two different concepts for a video game. I imagine where the world is created for you, like GTA, or a game where the users create the world, like on Minecraft maybe. And you're saying this is going to have both options.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So so there will be a world that's already created that people can play on, like GTA. Yes.
Yes. So two parts. So one GTA, you can just on an open world with your friends. And second part is your own private playgrounds. That's what we call it.
I see.
So you can build whatever you want on there. Even like at the next stage, we really want to bring custom gameplay on there as well. So let's say if you want to build an adventure game, you can have third-person camera, you can have a hammer or an axe as your weapon, or you can make a first-person shooter with guns and other gadgets. So that's kind of the plan.
Wow. Okay. We have a couple of people requesting to speak. I'm going to ask a few more questions, and then we'll open it up for questions in just a few minutes. So sit tight, and we'll get to you. I see you both there, wishing to chime in. So thank you for laying out, the plan and with these videos. Again, if you go to his Twitter, Austin's Twitter, you can see these videos. It's a beautiful world, and you'll see some beautiful cartoon tigers too on one of the videos. So and those look pretty familiar. So check those out too. That's a real honor to have Wonderful Day tigers included on this rendering and to be a part of this. So this is just wonderful to see that. But where are you in the process? So like you've laid out and you've given a sample of what you want to build, and it's a very ambitious project. It's very exciting, but where are you in the process? When can people expect to create their own avatar, to start building their own world in Mateverse?
Oh, you can actually do it now. So is that the base version is already live. So the plan for us is really to build in public. We want to release in small increments. So basically, at the moment, you can build your own avatar. You can come into the world, claim a piece of land for yourself, and you can start building whatever you want. And the next stage for us is to complete our combat system and movement system. So right now, the movement system is almost finished. We're going to release that probably, like I said, probably by end of the week. And the next step is the combat system, right? So we're building a melee system for you to use your axe and swords. Also building a shooter system with your guns and other gadgets. We really want to make it expensive and customizable. So like I said, if you have your own land, the next stage for us is really to have you to set your own rules. So if people can come in and they have to follow whatever rule sets and gameplay sets that you require them to be in. So for example, like I said, if you have a story-driven game, you want people to kind of experience your story, or if you have an action game and you can force people, you can not force people, you can require people to do that. And so that will probably be coming in a couple months, because that's a way bigger system that we're building compared to now. But we really want to kind of collaborate with different projects and IPs to really kind of bring more first-party content in as well to kind of enrich our open world like GTA has with their gameplays features. Like you can do a heist, you can go to the barbershop to get a new haircut, you can buy clothes. You can also just hang out with your friends, right? So that's kind of two stream of things that we're building simultaneously.
Are you trying to accommodate everyone with the open world, or will it be designed for a specific kind of player? What I mean is, let's say someone wants to build a business in the open world, and another person wants to rob people or rob a bank or do a heist. But another person just wants to go to the fair and enjoy the roller coaster. Like, can you have all of those players on the same open world, or does the open world need to be designed for a specific kind of player?
Right. So the open world can be designed for basically everyone for a broad spectrum of things. The technology we are using is called layering. So basically, let's say if you want to have a gameplay rules that you can rob banks and kill people, you can join that layer, and that will enable that set of rules where you can do that. Or if you just want to chill, come in and visit a couple of stores, we're actually working with some of the most prestigious brands on the market to create metaverse shops for them as well. So you can buy things, you can try out new products, and just generally have a wholesome time. You can do that as well. And beyond that, if you want to do something really, really hardcore, we have the playground system. You can just join a playground, and that will have a completely customizable rule sets. That being said, it sounds awesome, but it still needs some time to be fully fleshed out. I think to get there in I'd say 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. So the open world will have different worlds within it, or layers, as you say, where people can play by different rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, wow. Okay, I hadn't thought of that. I just thought of like GTA, and here's you're going around and you can punch people, you can buy clothes, but there are certain things you can and can't do, and that's just the way it is. And but you're saying we can have different layers that have different rules, different objectives. All within the same world. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the biggest technological improvement that we made over traditional gaming.
This is such an ambitious project, reaching out to big brands, trying to create a platform that others will want to create on, right? Because it's the difference between creating a game, like you can create Flappy Bird, you can create a game that people like, okay, that's fun. But when you created a world that you want people to come and create their games on, or their fashion, or their products, their store, that's just a whole other. Now you need to attract not just players, you need to attract brands, you need to attract other entrepreneurs who want to build on your game. So I guess talk a little bit about the Mateverse team. Like who right. Like and this whole project, because it's such a big project, so ambitious.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for asking that question. Our team are from like I said, AAA gaming background and also movie background. So we have a lot of experience building video games and also high-end visual contents. For us, kind of Ready Player One really is kind of the main reason that we're doing this right now, because at the moment that we finally see the possibility of our technology that can do something on the scale of this project, right? So before this, imagine building an environment in a game engine like Unity or Unreal Engine 4 is tedious. You have to learn how to do lighting stuff. You have to know how to do procedural generation. You have to understand how movements works. But now we have technologies that allow us to bypass all those hurdles in terms of creation. And also, cloud gaming technology has got to a point that's finally good enough for large scale adoption. You guys probably heard about Google Stadia. That has been a huge flop for Google.
Yeah.
But what they have already done in terms of advancement in real-time streaming and also real-time interactivity has finally paved the road for a large-scale metaverse. I think that's really exciting. And in terms of the team, we're based all around the world. So it's a very small team, but we have 10 people on our team, but we're in 4 different time zones. So that's really exciting and interesting in terms of building for us as well, because we have the background in different culture, in different environments, so we can really understand where people are coming from and what kind of content they really want. And the next part is really why we want to build this ambitious project. The reason is, at least for myself as a little boy growing up, I always want to make my own video game. And I want to make my own rules. I want to be my own, an owner of my own universe, basically. I think a lot of people share the same idea, but not everyone can create a full-on video game, right? So now our team got together, I think, hey, we all have this dream as a kid, and why don't we make that happen for other people as well, right? So that's kind of how we got together and started building this. And so it's an ambitious project. There's a lot of challenges that we have to overcome. There's a lot of yelling at each other, throwing chairs, and just finding bugs that we don't know where it pops up from. But we got here, and the product works at this moment. But we hope it will continue to work and be completely and constantly getting better, and with more creators coming on board, we have more content and more fun engagement with our community as well. Yeah.
Well, if you're throwing chairs at each other, I'm glad you're in different time zones so you don't hurt each other.
True. Building games can be really, really weird and tedious because bugs don't just crash things; they will still run, and it just happens really weirdly, and you have to figure out why that happens. And so, that's a whole other thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Will this be tied into virtual reality? Like you'll wear a headset and then you'll go into Metaverse, or is it more just looking at a screen?
Oh yeah, we are fully VR compatible. So if you have a VR gear, you can play in VR. That's fine. At the moment, we don't have full support for VR, just because some controls has to be remapped. Right now, we optimized everything for a flat screen because that's easier for us to optimize in terms of performance and also control. But in the future, we will have full VR support for sure.
Okay, just one more question, and then we'll go to the people who have requested to speak. You mentioned wanting to make video games since you were young, and wanting to build it for people. So build games for people. So how has the response been so far? How have people responded to your project idea? Are they excited? Are there a lot of people signed up on the wait list? Or are people skeptical? Have people given you a hard time?
Oh yeah, all of the above, I would say.
Okay.
If some people are super hardcore because we share the same dream. Everyone want to a lot of people want to build their own games, right? Or their own. But there are also skeptics, right? So like you said, it's an ambitious project. We are a group of super young people. Average age for our team is around 24 to 25. So really young. We don't have that much industry experience per se. And people can be skeptical for that. But if realistically, most of the gaming studios are pretty young in terms of the age, right? Experiences. That's not really a main concern for us. But there are also people who are genuinely curious but haven't took the step yet to join the Metaverse. I can see where all of the people's views coming from. It's a whole new thing, right? So back in, let's say a couple years earlier, people would think the idea of TikTok is ludicrous. Why much time watching 20-second videos, right? But the thing is, a lot of people really want the content, right? They really want to create their own content and share it with their friends and families, and that changed the world, right? So for us, it's kind of similar, as we have a lot of people who share the same dream. They want to create their own content, but they don't have the tool for that, right? And now if you give them the tool, who knows what will happen, right? So some people can maybe create the whole new next thing, and they can be the next PewDiePie, right? So that can happen. So that's kind of the journey for now. We are a really small team, so we don't have that much of a budget or a marketing push as some of the more established projects on the market in the industry. But we want to take it slow and steady, because we want to kind of accumulate our technology and capabilities and to really make a strong platform, a strong project moving forward. So that's kind of our take on the community.
Okay, let's hear from the people. There are two folks here who've asked to speak. So Ryan Hanali, let's see, how can I add you as a speaker? Does that do it? Okay, Ryan, what's up? Or Ray, sorry. Ray, are you there? You're a speaker now, but you're on mute. There you go.
Yeah. Can you listen to me?
Yep.
My question is, I want to know what make this project stand out. What make it different from other project that might be similar? Also, what is your maximum potential?
Right. There's a couple of things. First, a lot of Metaverse.
Ray, I'm going to put you on mute. There we go. Ray, I'm going to have to... Okay, go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, so projects like Decentraland or Sandbox, right? So there are a lot of those projects out there. Look, they're great for what they're doing, but the problem really is they can make people fully immersed in a virtual environment, right? You're playing with pixels and blocks, right? You're not really playing around with visuals that can make you kind of immerse and bring yourself into the virtual environment, like AAA games like GTA Online or Red Dead Redemption. So that's kind of the first main difference that we are going forward. So it's the visual quality. So to really give people the ability to create something they can be proud of, they can show other people who are outside of Web3 and say, hey, look at this thing that I made. This is on par with the game you're playing, right? So that's the thing that we really need in Web3 or Metaverse, really to bring our content on the same level as traditional industries. And the second part is in terms of content creation possibility. So for example, for Decentraland, the only thing you can build is basically environments. Like you can't define how you're going to interact with the environment, right? You can't just suddenly pull out a gun and start shooting people. You can't do that. Or you can't just say, okay, now I want to make this type of games and let people play it. You can do that. Well, you can do some of that on the Sandbox, but you have to learn their programming language, and that's a whole other thing that you have to learn. And it's super, super complicated. I'm not sure if you ever used Sandbox creation tool. It's really, really bad. I'm not going to get into more of that. You can compare that to Roblox. It's a disaster. Roblox is awesome in terms of how you can quickly pick up their programming language and start to build stuff. And we really want to bring Roblox level of customizability and ease of creation to the Metaverse. And that's kind of the second difference. And the third difference really is how open the platform can be. So for example, for Decentraland and Sandbox, if you want to bring your own NFT onto there, it's nearly impossible. You can only just show pictures, right? So our goal is to make the entire platform as open as possible in the future. So right now we're still kind of closed off, but in the future, the goal is if you have a project that have tokens or NFTs, you can organically use it in the environment. So for example, you can come into Wonderful Day Tiger's cafe and you can just hang out and earn stuff. and you earn those tokens you can bring to another game and use things like Uniswap to naturally swap into another token or another NFT to use it in the other game. And that will bring up the potential of NFTs and blockchain in gaming, because the whole point is interoperability, but if you don't have a platform to enable those interoperabilities, it's meaningless, right? So I'll say that's the final piece in terms of how we are different and what we're trying to do in the
So you're collaborating with a lot of projects then that might have their own token, and then integrate Uniswap, like you said, to allow the different projects to, I guess, Metaverse could be a hub for these various projects to, I guess, just interact.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah. Why did you come up with the name Mateverse?
Right. It's a pretty silly pun that I really like. So I used to stand-up comedy, so I love puns. The other reason is I think the metaverse shouldn't just be virtual, shouldn't just be something that's digitized and you can't touch and feel and has no connection to the physical realm. So that's the reason I said, okay, why don't we call it matter, right? So matter is physical. It has a connection to the real world, and that's where we really want to bring this project to, because you can have really good experience in games, but how does that affect me in real life, right? So the metaverse really isn't something that's isolated on the internet. We see the potential that it can change your physical living as well. So for example, the project we're collaborating with some traditional brands, they want to bring retail into the metaverse, right? So with our visual fidelity, you can easily sell stuff, right? Show off products, let's say clothes, you can try it on your avatar, you can see how it looks like, how it fits. And that's where I see true potential in the metaverse as well. So that's why we come at the name Mateverse, right? Because once we fully integrate the virtual world with reality, that's where we go mainstream. We see full mass adoption. So that's the story behind it.
Well, that's a great pitch to real world companies, or I should say physical companies or matter companies or whatever. Like Nike, you should build a store here so you can sell your shoes in real life, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next question. Flame, let me add you as a speaker here. Go ahead, Flame. And thank you, Ray, by the way, for your question.
Thank you.
Flame, do you still want to be a speaker?
Good afternoon.
There we are.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I think he's still connecting.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
So my question goes. Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my question goes like this. Security is one of the most important to consider before investing in a project. Can you tell us what are the security measures that you have done so far?
That's a good question.
Right.
Yeah.
So we actually don't have plan for a token offering anytime soon, because we are building it more as an infrastructure, as a piece of technology that people can use and share. So at the moment, we are not offering anything people can invest in. Maybe in the future. So I'm not completely blocking off the possibility. But for now, we really want to have our foot on the ground and really kind of push out the technology that really matters to everyone. But we are excited to be collaborating with projects who have their own tokens and all their own NFTs, and to bring them into the metaverse. So at the moment, you can join our community and claim a piece of free NFT land if you want. But in the future, there are probably, so we do have a plan for NFT land that you can buy, but we're not sure when we'll release that. So I'll have more detail on the security measure that we will have once we are ready, once we think it's ready for us to sell NFT land or other virtual digitized token or other like player content. So at the moment, we don't have any plan for that. So that's why I don't have information on this.
Okay, can I ask a question again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My question is, ambassador plays a very important role in every project. Do you have an ambassador program? If yes, how can I be one?
Oh, ambassador program, yes. So we are building an ambassador program for our content creation side of the platform. So if you want to be one, just get in touch with Chris on our Discord channel, and he will set you up. Kind of the whole thing is we really want to have as many people on our platform creating their own mini universe as possible. So so that's basically what we have for now. It's a long and slow process for us to build this platform. So we want support every step along the way. So your support would be awesome.
Okay, thanks. That's awesome. Can I ask my last question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my last question is community support is one of the important cornerstones in any project. How do you plan to attract community globally?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
I said, how do you plan to attract community globally?
Oh, right. So currently, we don't want to just bring everyone in. At the moment, we are not looking for like a 20,000 people community overnight. We want to build, like I said, slow and steady. So right now, the plan is to collaborate with really amazing projects like Wonderful Days and other projects to kind of slowly build our presence and slowly build a strong foundation for future expansion. So currently, the plan is to just collaborating with other really, really awesome projects.
Okay, thanks for giving me this opportunity and good luck on your project.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Flem. Those are great questions. Thanks to all of our questions. I looked at the chat just now, Austin, and it said, and someone asked about when will you be on an exchange. I think that was referring to you and not to Wonderful Day. But you answered that, it looks like, with by saying, well, we're not releasing a token anytime soon. If you're not releasing a token anytime soon, when you do sell land, there will be commerce. You will accept money for things. You're a business. Will you use another token then? The chain that you're on, Ethereum or Binance or something, or will you eventually have a token for commerce?
Oh yeah. So currently, our lands are on Polygon. So
Polygon.
But all of those lands are free. So if we ever decide to offer a paid piece of land, we'll most likely to be offering on Ethereum and have it have the price in USDT or USDC. For consistency reasons. In the future, once we do launch a token, we'll consider pricing it in our native tokens, but I'm not sure at this stage. We still need to see how the market goes and how our project develops, right? At the current stage, it's hard to say, but in the future, our plan is to have our native token. The end goal is have our native token that can be a way to encourage constant content creation and also player time in our environment. But we also have the capacity to process payment from fiat currencies, like you say, from the Visa, MasterCard, or debit cards. That's all done already. So we're really excited to kind of bridge the difference between Web3 and traditional industries.
Wonderful. But you're blending a lot of worlds here. Not just finance, obviously, but virtual worlds and real world and Web 2 and Web 3. And this is just a fantastic project with a fantastic vision. You talked about how land is available now. So why don't we end this conversation by you telling people how they can learn more about Mateverse, whether they want to get some land or whether they want to just sign up for your Discord or whether they have a question and want to reach out to you or to other team members, how would you like people to follow up?
Oh, yeah. So the easiest way to get your piece of land is just sign up or just go to our Twitter page from at Mateverse. Just follow the link and join our Discord and private message Chris on the channel. So yeah, you'll be able to get a piece of land that way. And beyond that, if you just want to ask me a question, maybe just Twitter DM me. Like my DM's open.
Okay, cool. Well, this is great. I know this is just the start. This is just the start of this conversation of diving into Mateverse. There are lots of other questions I could ask, but we'll stop here for now. And I'm guessing we'll have another conversation down the road, especially as WonderDay and Mateverse continue to work together. And as long as we're able to be a part of your world, we'd love to have you as a part of our Twitter Spaces. So thanks so much for your time here, and best of luck moving forward with your project. And thanks for all of our all the listeners for coming here today and for asking questions and for having questions in the chat and all that. So thanks so much, everyone, for being here today. Austin, thanks so much for your time. And Austin, if you have any closing things you'd like to say, feel free. Did we lose you, Austin? Nope, looks like it. Well, no, yeah, he's trying to reconnect here. Well, I think that's about it anyway. So it was a well-timed drop, well-timed disconnection. So thanks everyone for being here today, and we look forward to having you back for our next Twitter space. Take care, everyone. We'll see you.